Scatterbrained bans Mountain Clearing first. David banning Nomad Mega Random. Somebody hates fun. Golden Heights, Scatterbrained's home map. Dry Arabia for David. Prairie Basin. Kawasan.
When you're up against a player like Scatterbrained, though, I understand the Nomad ban.
Yeah, no, that's true. I forgot how he did our boy Clock
Now the
so
regular
dirty
Mega
on
Random, I don't
Yeah.
know how I feel about that.
Yeah, he's banning regular Mega Random too, and we end up on the pit for our first game. So it'll go to the pit, and then, depending on who loses that, we'll get to choose between the other two maps for
David
game
famously
2.
a French player, so Dry Arabia makes a lot of sense here.
On the Civ drafts, non-exclusive, so they can have mirror Civs, but it looks like we've gone fully different civilizations for both of these players. French, Joan of Arc for David. The variant Civs being introduced really has been a boon for him in this in this tournament with these settings. He basically gets double French. They're a little bit different, a little more interesting differences between the two, so I can't
I'd say
blame
they're
him.
actually quite different. One is a very early game Civ, one wants to prolong as long as possible for Joan.
That's true. I think Joan of Arc is a little more three-dimensional, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we get to see both of those maybe here. Rus Chinese also for David. Scatterbrained with Zuji's Legacy. Wondering if we'll see a little choo-choo rush there. We'll have to see. But also Mongols, Ayyubids, third pick, and Malians. So this is gonna be good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Age of Empires 4. The Winter Bash is still rolling on. We have Scatterbrained in the yellow, playing as the Ayyubids here on the bottom left, and David M182 in the blue as Joan of Arc. Classic colors for a classic choice. I guess a new choice, new Civ. I don't know. This might be David's new favorite Civ, gotta say.
Might be. He seems to like him a lot.
But we're here on Golden Pit. That's the first map to be played, chosen from the remaining 2 in the draft by David M182. And you know what? What do you see?
Golden Pits do not have nearly as much gold as they do in teams. It's almost like it doesn't really matter about the pit, aside from the sacred site.
Yeah, 2 large golds in the middle. There's one on the top and one on the bottom as well. So you can definitely just give the middle away and still win, no problems. We'll see. I'm guessing we're gonna get some very early pressure here from yellow. These Homs players, they've done well with the early men-at-arms, early archer rushes, so kind of what I'm expecting. The tree lines, yeah,
That's big rating material.
Golden Pit, you get the big old block of trees in the back, and then like one little scrubby tree line, kind of close on the side. It's not too bad. Scatterbrained is pretty far from the rear tree line, though. I guess both of them.
They're about the same, I'd say.
Going for that House of Wisdom now is Scatterbrained, and I guess the Ayyubids. This is the Abbasid variant Civ introduced in the last major update for AoE4. And they have a lot of variation. All of their age ups are like completely different from the default Abbasid Civ. So I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of choices we're gonna get from Scatterbrained. A lot less of a rush Civ maybe than like the Holy Roman Empire or Zuji's Legacy or whatnot.
School of Cav for David here.
School of Cav for David, Military Wing for Feudal Age for Scatterbrained. Going back to this House of Wisdom, I guess we never left it, but depending on when you research each wing, you get different upgrades. They become more powerful as the ages go on, so it's kind of a trade-off of what you want when and what you're willing to sacrifice. David going for that classic build. He's going to have to do some straggler trees for the time being. I'll move over to that mill. 4 on gold. We've seen it all before. Our Abbasid player going all in on the berries. Could be a point of vulnerability there. They're pretty far away from the TC.
They're pretty far away. I mean, definitely within the range of firing at the TC, firing from the TC though.
Looking up, switching over to villager count on resources instead of income per minute. Scatterbrained with 11 on food right now, 0 on wood, and 5 on gold. That kind of indicates to me no infrastructure buildup. And, well, actually, I don't even know. He can't even make any military buildings. Okay, he's moving over to wood now. Seems like this kind of extreme resource distribution. Maybe you make like one stable and you just spam camels or something. I don't know.
Could be. I mean, he is playing, Abbasid, so he will have the camels into these knights. Like, he could just be thinking, this guy loves to rush his knights, and he just wants to put a stop to that immediately before it becomes a problem.
We're seeing these players kind of interacting with the whole golden pit situation here. Is that what this is called? No. What is this map called?
It's just the pit.
The pit. Okay. Alright. Click too much.
I think there is a golden pit, though, actually. Maybe I'm wrong.
They're similar. I don't know. I guess these cliffs could be defining feature here. New age begins for both.
That's one thing that Age 4 has done very well. If they haven't put a lot of updates into anything else, they've put a lot into maps. There's a ton of variation.
They've added so many maps lately. Joan of Arc is coming out. Woman at Arms. Let's see, where's Joan?
And look at that Desert Raider. That boy is dripped out.
Let me see this guy. Desert Raider, where are you?
In the middle. Going to David's base.
Oh, yeah, it's looking good. Gonna push David off of the gold. It's a ranged or melee camel. Oh man, that is a good looking unit.
Interesting options for that, yeah. Ranged or melee.
Looks like David charge actually gets blocked by the scout. Incredible plays by yellow.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And David gonna have to pull away with the knight. Camel's doing
you can really
bonus
see how
damage
these
to
guys are
knights.
challenger. That was a real pro strat to block the charge like that. That's
It's
crazy.
like perfect timing too. He almost
Yeah.
didn't get there in time.
That
Charge
little
again.
drive-by on the scout.
Okay, hits the scout this, or the camel this time. But Scatterbrained is going to be real annoying with this free unit and keep booming up, I would assume here. The villager count is pretty even. Scatterbrained falling back to the corner.
I'm somewhat surprised David actually wants this fight right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he
gets
was
the
really
healing.
worried
Maybe
about
that's
the
what he's thinking
gold
of.
too. He needs that gold.
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, I maybe could even look for a tower on the gold so that he can pressure with his units, but that's a big investment too. Gets another charge off on the Desert Raider and is looking a little unhealthy now. Probably goes down in this fight. Scatterbrained might look to pick off one of these Royal Knights, but for the time being, it's David with the army count. Second Desert Raider is out though and stable as well. Available for Scatterbrained. So he drops some more houses, chaining these buildings together to get that all-important golden age. House of Wisdom, influence. And this has actually been a fast castle with those free units in the back
yeah.
by Scatterbrained. You don't see the buildings going up, so it's harder to notice as
I know.
caster as well. I was probably looking straight at it, but I think that's the culture wing that we're seeing.
Yeah, I don't know how
there.
you're able to tell, quite honestly.
Well, they all have different, like, on the building,
look
they
to
like
them,
add
you're
different
right,
look. Like
yeah,
the one on the
you're
left is a
right.
military wing, right?
Oh, that's cool.
The trade wing, like, is a bunch of like carpets across the ceiling or something too. So
I mean, H4 is the Apple of Age games. They really do a lot with presentation.
does look good. Joan of Arc though, looks like Scatterbrained's got eyes on.
Yeah.
He's beelining that Joan. She's gonna have to get back to safety.
Joan did get all of the boars on this right side, though. Or on the... Well, I guess that would be the east side.
David using some of those active abilities. Holy Wrath. Might need a heal as well. Let's see. He's going to get away in time for now. Keep Joan alive. Some spearmen are out on the gold for David too. French they're one of the few civs that can kind of fight into in feudal age into a castle age enemy. Just
It's
with
true,
those
yeah.
knights. So the camels are going to be a rough kind of unit to have to match up against, but if you can just work around it.
David, I think misplaced this mill here by accident. Had to build a new one.
Maybe he decides. Yeah,
It's
gotta
not
get a little bit
efficient
closer to
enough.
that board.
Yeah.
Man, these players, they're both so good. They're just trading charges and
Yeah.
really trying to take as minimal losses as they can. David with the most destroyed value at the minute. But he's
been housed for quite
a
a bit
little
as
bit
well,
behind with the
unfortunately.
villager count. Yeah, housed too. Or with not the villager, with like the age tech. And he kind of really needs these spears. I'm really glad he's added these in, because he can't really fight the camels otherwise. Scatterbrained just patrolling some camels in the back, waiting for a raid. David is just gonna go ahead and try and go straight in down the middle.
I like how this sheep has just been following the scout the entire time.
He wants to be part of the
Little
action.
standard bearer.
Look at that guy. Now Scatterbrained adding double barracks and blacksmith. Makes sense to move into spearman for him now.
Possibly. I could even see him going archers with how many spears. I guess he has the camels that he can shoot from.
Yeah, that's kind of really cool how versatile that is. Also with
Yeah.
a dervish unit we haven't really seen much of before. Mounted religious unit can pick up relics, convert enemy units, capture sacred sites. Basically a mounted monk for all intents and purposes. And Joan trying to catch this desert raider with some holy wrath.
Barely missed with the holy wrath.
David has been taking some pretty good trades lately.
He's taking great trades. Great trades, actually.
He needs them with the feudal age,
Yeah.
but it's been
He's
going
really
real
using
well for him.
the recovery on the knights very, very well. Taking fights when he knows he can and how much he can heal off of and do it again.
Is Joan? I want to see her cooldowns too. She still
Wait,
has
am I
that
wrong?
divine restoration.
Hold on, that's just a French thing. I don't know if that's actually the case for.
He does have access to that tech, and he has researched it. So, we have raids from Scatterbrained though on the berries.
Oh yeah.
Picks off one vill, maybe another, as she is queued out from the villager town center production. David might get caught out on the wood as well. Really needed to wall or defend in the back there. Scatterbrained doing a great job losing kind of the middle fight and just taking the action back to the enemy. David has some spears here, though. Scatterbrained can't really stick around too much.
David doesn't really have enough forward army to really do a lot here. He's losing a ton of vills off this.
Just burning down some houses right now on the other side. 38-34 villager count right now. The French, Joan of Arc, can they produce villagers a little more quickly, so they can kind of even things out. Things don't get too much worse for David. But Scatterbrained is just being a nerd right now, running around, kiting these spears, keeping David occupied at home. David might find these vills. Yep. On the berries, so that's a big find for him.
That's huge.
On the other side, they're just trading back and forth. Now the gold miners are being taken out.
No.
Okay, so that was 6 villagers killed. It's been 6-6 now, so...
Yeah, David's still up on...
That was actually a
population.
huge find with that, the berry bush.
He's still up on vills, crazily enough.
That is going to be the French difference, I think. They've both been producing constantly, and it's only like by 2 vills. Scatterbrained kind of diving now. I love the Golem switch. Knights can do fairly well into it, but they are a castle age unit. They're really tanky. Spears are going to be irrelevant against them. I think Golems, this dive might... it's going to hurt bad for David. He's going to lose all his spears here.
This is gonna lose a lot for him, actually.
And the TC is just tickling them right now. They can't do anything into this. So much armor. It's 5 pierce armor. Actually, Scatterbrained researched that ranged armor upgrade.
Woof. Yeah, this is not great for him. And Scatterbrained actually collecting quite a... Oh, I thought he got the bottom one. Oh, he did. Okay, I don't see the loading bar, that's why.
David is at 900 gold, it's 900 food. We'll move it back over to that resources per minute. He should be able to go castle age, like, pretty much now.
He definitely
he
could,
just maybe needs a market. But there's a lot going on in his
though,
base,
yeah.
and there's still 12 golems out here. Just like, oh, Holy Wrath from Joan. Joan, can you garrison? She's running. Joan, watch out. Careful, careful. Heal. She's dead. Joan goes down. David can rebuy her here at the TC, but it's going to be a little expensive. And actually, with that, David fully RPing as Joan d'Arc resigns after she dies. In true spirit.
I mean, to be fair, he did have the resources he could have done something with and prolonged it, but I think he knew it was gonna happen. This is just only gonna become a worse problem.
Yeah, he's just been stuck in feudal age for so long.
Yeah.
Maybe could have tried to age up earlier, but the golems there just did so much damage.
Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, kind of a close game. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
David
it
able
was.
to kind of hold his own in those like small army trades with the charge bonuses on those mounted units. Just kind of think the timing got the better of him a little bit there.
And when you're playing at this level, like, you can tell when this isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So I understand why he gave up there.
Scatterbrained in the yellow, playing Zuji's Legacy. David in the blue, falling back to the French here. His old love, the French. We've got some colors
That was interesting.
consistently here.
Or Scatterbrain just AFK for a second. Oh, he was getting
Maybe-
wood. Interesting. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, he's so he chopped 50 wood off of this tree. Let's keep a close eye on this build because that's going to be like really carefully planned.
Yeah, I'm interested.
I
how
think
that
it's in
works.
order
Oh, 'cause he
to get the
wants it-
village down immediately instead of having to build a house.
I see.
Maybe chopped a little bit extra. Didn't need quite that much, but maybe there's a plan for the other 35 wood still in the bank. I like that optimized play. Also, the mill on the berries is a little bit different too. Normally with Chinese type civs, like Chinese or Zuji's, they'll
that's
drop
normal.
that mill like next to the TC so the Imperial official can like drop off
Oh.
and pick up without too much walking distance.
I guess that is the case. At least this is what people used to do.
But yeah, this is again like recognized in older times as optimal, and we'll be able to take those berries with the same mill, so still pretty effective there. David with 1 on gold, 3 on gold super early. I mean, I guess not. 7 on food. This is standard, I guess.
Interestingly enough, Alms decides to go for the sheep over by David's base more than his own.
Oh, he's been sniping sheep.
David will be getting, not sniping, but just getting the ones like that are closer to David than his own.
Oh, true. David going around the back of Homs of Scatterbrain's base too. David actually made 2 scouts. He made an extra scout this game. Try to grab some of those sheep. With French, you really do need as many sheep as you can get, right?
Yeah.
They don't really have a food bonus per se, so the longer you can delay going to berries or having to make farms, the better. Especially when you're trying to make those food-heavy Royal Knights. For now, they're just... Oh, whoa. Getting to grips with this map. We're on Arabia. Grabbing up all the rest of the sheep, the remaining sheeps.
David's School of Cavalry coming down.
There's that School of Cav on the other side, Meditation Gardens.
Meditation Guards. And Meditation Guards is one of those builds where you kind of got to look around for it first before you
Looks
can really
like
figure it out.
He has gotten
That's
the berries.
pretty good.
I think this stone on the top right is also in range,
Yeah,
as
he
well as
definitely has
double
that,
gold.
yeah.
So that's actually really good. Even though
It's really good.
it kind of looks like it's in a barren wasteland, but
He might even have partial trees here too. No, wait, never mind. You can see the range on your screen.
Probably not. If you change the perspective here, I'm actually gonna pause right now. Okay, ready? Pause. I need to change my my control settings again. I always forget. I gotta go back to. I think it's this one. To get the caster commands. Yep, there we go. All right. I'm gonna pause at 3:30.
3:30. Give me a second. Okay.
3, 2, 1, play. It might be like Shift Control F or Shift Control 1 or 2, Shift Alt 1, 2 to change perspectives by default. I don't know. I have it on mouse commands.
I'm just using the little menu at the top.
Oh, you can do it on the menu at the top too.
If you change it out of caster mode, yeah.
Ah, yes. Well, can't be spoiling the stream. David, getting that School of Cavalry up with 5 vills. He wants a little bit of a faster timing this game, I think. Scatterbrained in no hurry with 1 villager, but the Chinese do build a little bit faster. He's actually double stacking landmarks right now. 2 under production. Jiangnan Tower. I don't know. I'm probably butchering it.
Tower, yeah.
Exit drop-off point for Imperial officials. Free unit at the tower whenever a barracks archer ranger stable is completed. I think you could choose between them. Free villager whenever a town center is completed. So that actually is really cool. I love that. Just spam down a bunch of barracks, get some free spearmen or whatnot. I don't think you can choose what you get. It just depends. I think you get like the trash unit out of the whatever building you make.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Juji's to really speak to it.
I played 1 game. I'm a master. Also, Scatterbrained towering the gold preemptively.
Yeah.
I think he has seen the
knows
knights.
French,
Yeah,
right?
he's seen the knights coming across, and he knows it is French. So
Yeah.
so we see there is stone coming in and extra gold through that meditation garden. So that is all in range. Really impressive placement on that. Tower finishes at exactly the right time. Oh, that's so lucky.
So
Or
lucky.
perfect. Maybe it was calculated. My goodness, that was amazing.
There's no way he could have done it perfectly like that. I don't know. That's crazy.
Towers take so long to build in this game too.
Oh, but is he watching the gold?
It's really just tickling that Royal Knight too. Not gonna be able to kill it too easily with the tower. Second Royal Knight coming through. Okay, now it's just they're just going back and forth. APM taxing each other a little bit. Second Imperial official out for yellow. And I think
Looks like he got the gunpowder upgrade.
Yeah, okay. Good investment. That will actually push the knights
it's
back.
great because it does a lot of damage to armored units, right?
I want to draw attention to David's scouts. He's got them on both sides, getting an eye on either way that the enemy could move. I love the 2 scout choice.
Yeah.
And as French, you can kind of afford it because you'll make villagers more quickly anyways, so. Chinese are a real hard civ to raid. I guess French knights, you get the best chance at it, but these guns shooting out of all their fortifications, like, I guess you might be able to loop around to the berries, but that's about it. Maybe siege down the meditation gardens. They're pretty exposed right now.
Yeah, he could, but I don't know. I think Scatterbrained will have enough military by the time David could siege it.
It's true. Scatterbrained doing no military for the moment, though. Second town center in feudal age as well. Devs have been trying to nerf the second TC feudal age. They've made it so you can only fit 7 villas inside. They killed how much damage it does. There's a barracks now for Scatterbrained too. Looks like he wants to boom and maybe go to age 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Make as few units as possible until then.
And David is having a hard time finding a way in here. There's really no way he can.
All of these villas are they're just queued onto the wood. Okay, there he moves some over to the berries.
Yeah,
David is just
he's just locked out.
I
of
really
this
do
base.
think you just have to right click that meditation.
Yeah,
and
I think you
force
might
some
have
kind
to.
of response.
Yeah, just to force any kind of eco out of it.
Does David see? Okay, he is going double archery range now, fully queued with archers. I don't know if he saw those spears. He does now for sure, or if he's just anticipating it. But that's a great choice from him. Also does have the archer armor for his knights. Hardened spearman upgraded. And wheelbarrow. This Scatterbrained is doing full eco.
Yeah.
Collecting so much wood. I don't want to know what he's going to do with all this wood. And I really am enjoying this. I think this is one of the closer matchups that we've seen with Ham's clan involved on one side. David just... Oh, he's gonna maybe find some value here. Nope, pulls back.
Nope.
Just in
He's
time
too on
again
top
for
of it,
yellow.
yeah.
And the cycle, maybe back in, try to catch his enemy off guard. Nope.
And this is
gonna
what you
happen.
can do as French, is if you can't find anything, at least you can make your enemy respond by pulling back builds. Hopefully getting some eco out of this without even like touching them.
You can definitely force that idle time. Scatterbrained with the 2 TC play though is really gonna start pulling ahead on Vils.
Yeah.
David is streaming archers forward. And I wonder if we're gonna see siege engineering here. To get some rams out. I don't know, it seems like he wants to commit to the feudal age, making this much army. Scatterbrained also doesn't really have... He's not really building up the resources to age up either, you know?
Yeah.
Spending a lot of food and not really gathering any now. He's been pushed off. He decides it ain't worth
He wants
it to gather
more
all these
wood.
berries.
More wood.
It seems like it might be like a no farm challenge
just
though.
lost it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Granary down. In a safe spot, maybe not the most optimal spot for the granary to fit stuff around it, but
It should work out.
it'll work out. And close enough to hide behind the cover of those TCs. Oh, we also have Scatterbrained with a little proxy in the back corner. Doing some berry gathering and walling that off.
Possibly wants to trade with that later. I don't even know.
I don't know what the plan is there. Oh, okay. Now we're starting to get some idea of what these players' army composition is going to be for the next while. Chukanu are actually building up really quickly for Scatterbrained here. And it's going to be Chukanu Spearmen versus the Royal Knights and Archers for David. Army counts right now are looking fairly good. It's another one of those things that kind of comes down to the micro in the end. Actually looking for more. I thought David had more archers out. I guess they're all scattered around. He's got 3 control groups right now, it seems like, of different armies. Trying to poke and prod. Pulls all of Yellow's army to one side. Let's see if he moves in on the other. David does enjoy doing a little distraction into something else. If he sees the farms back here, that is a fairly obvious spot to try to push to.
Yeah.
As those farms get further and further out from the TCs. Back at home, David's still 1 TC gaming, producing knights, producing no more archers for the time being. Has researched a melee attack, ranged defense. Could afford siege engineering if he wanted to go for like the double down with rams.
Yeah.
Try to force the issue, but Scatterbrained is just building up bigger
The
and
ego
bigger
difference
army.
is pretty large here.
49, 42, yeah.
Not only that, but just, I mean, talking about like resources per minute.
Oh, true, yeah. Let's go back to the resources per minute, and that is definitely,
It's quite a bit different.
yeah. I guess the gold is where David is focusing more on.
Which you need to with knights. That's,
But
yeah.
the Zujis with the granaries, with the Imperial officials, they're really getting solid eco boosts. They're making use of all that.
No, David lost a village over here to this boar.
But still taking the boar will be good. It's a very fast source of food. Lots of food on that too. Rest in peace. Oh, she disappeared. And he's finally just gonna go ahead and siege that landmark.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. I mean, look at the army size for yellow at the moment. It's
Scatterbrained
getting
just
bigger by the minute.
completely walling off that right side. And that is a lot of chicken though. Gonna
It
completely
is.
wall off the left too, full Chinese turtle mode. And he's just waiting for the perfect time to strike. David's gonna fall back. Can't really engage with the chicken though, because the spears are right on top of it as well. Ignore my boar. Welcome in, David. Sorry, we started a little bit early.
Ah,
today.
that makes a lot of sense, David. I was like, I'm surprised you let him have this.
Yeah, I guess if we go into that fog of war now. Yeah, he didn't actually scout the back recently, it looks like. And David just gonna have to move into. I guess you try to outnumber your enemy with archers. Pick off what you can with the knights, but keep them guessing around the sides.
Maybe even start making some holes in these walls to possibly get in behind. Give yourself options. I don't know. There's not a lot you can do with how much turtle is going on here.
Mill was canceled because of the boar dying. I was kind of wondering like why you didn't have a mill up here. Okay.
Yeah.
So the villager that was supposed to build it died.
Died, yeah.
Oh, that's rough. Now those guys are gonna be walking back and forth 10 miles each way to work. David picking off a couple of villas, trying maybe to even out that villager count a little bit. Should be able to kite some of these spears as well. The Chukano are so strong.
Oh, but they fire so fast.
Yeah, and David tries to go with that night charge,
he's
but
edging
spears
him.
are there. It is. Oh man. Destroyed value right now in favor of David. Scatterbrained is just doing such a great job booming here. When I see this massive scattered low HP units, I just think, please, I need a mangonel to roll out of the fog. I guess we're in feudal age though, so maybe not. This has been a full feudal age fight game so far for both. I'm kind of surprised we've seen nobody try to age up until now. The Mount Lu Academy for Scatterbrained.
Mount Lu Academy.
Imperial officials collect tax twice as often, also collect 20% of taxes as food.
That's
And
quite
also,
strong.
we've got some unique upgrades for the Imperial official.
With the eco advantage already going right now, that is really strong.
Move faster. Supervision is doubled from 150 to 300%. That's insane. Wow, yeah, there are some really good upgrades there. Continuing to work away on that meditation garden, one torch at a time. Still, like, kind of surprised to see no, oh no. We don't need to look at these bills. Kind of surprised to see no siege engineering for the archers there. I think some rams could maybe make some force a little more urgency from Scatterbrained, but I'm already out of the tournament. What do I know? David working with some thin margins though. Welcome in, Cycreus.
Quite an interesting wall David's got going on down here. I'm not really sure what it's for.
I like it. I like it. He's just trying to keep his enemy
Box him in, I guess.
boxed in. Yeah, that's I mean exactly what Scatterbrained wants to do as well. So I guess maybe just keeping him from sneaking out to any proxy resources. And I think it's really just been, I don't even know. I don't really know personally how to deal with this army other than 3,000 archers of Iran.
Yeah.
But now David in Castle Age, both players in Castle Age. Scatterbrained just going to start torching down buildings. He knows how important those archer
those
ranges
chickens
are.
just tear through the David's archers.
Oh yeah. So you think he has no food here, but he had the back berries, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
And the triple granary too is pumping away right now. 1,300 food per minute for Scatterbrained. Resources in general looking really good for him. And that villager difference still staying around the same 17, 18. Catch him unawares for a second there. David gets a nice charge off. Chukanus. A few more spearmen though coming in. Veteran spearmen now. Veteran Royal Knights as well. Regular archers though. And veteran Jukanu on the field. As we have that ranged attack balanced projectiles coming in for Scatterbrained, make those Jukanu even more formidable. And David is running out of space to give here.
Yeah. Running out
TC
of,
will do some work. Archers are all getting cleaned up. And that woodline is very exposed. Spearmen, there's not too many spearmen on the field though.
Oh, that's an unfortunate archer range.
Oh yeah. Lots of those going down now. 11 villager kills, 12 for Scatterbrained and climbing. David did pick off 2 earlier on in the game. But it's looking like even if he's able to kill all these spears, destroyed value now is double for yellow. I love Age of Empires 4 has the destroyed value counter. I love how useful that is. It's a bloodbath. Welcome in, Cameron. Good to have you here as well. Good game. Well played from Scatterbrained. Honestly, I think David had some very close games there. Give it another like 10 matches against against this guy. You might have you might figure out his timing and get his number, but
yeah, I think you could have.
Both games were close.
Yeah, even the first one. The first one was really, really close.
Both deer packs under control. Yeah, you had some solid wood or food control that game, but yeah, the farms with those granaries, pretty crazy.